When the developers were initially working on the perk system, they came up with various perks and pretty much picked out the ones that felt right. Some of which sounded unique, but really the majority seemed like weapon or armor upgrades moved to perks. Many of these icons still exist in the game files, and by reading their names we can tell what most of them could have been. For the remaster, we'll be going through them and mentioning which ones were added to the game in some capacity. I mean, yeah, this will be an icon video, but hey, it could be worse. It could be classified number 3. Alright, let's start off with Airbag. According to a developer, this would have either reduced fall damage by a lot, but it would have a cooldown or limited set of charges. Otherwise, it would have prevented you from dying upon taking an excessive amount of fall damage. Honestly, Hover Boost is pretty much Airbag 2.0. Next is Barrel Kicker. Originally, I couldn't believe that they would make a perk dedicated to the space rig, but it indeed was a perk just for kicking barrels. Considering that perks are now disabled when you're in the rig, I don't see this making a return even as a meme. Then there is WarCry. Apparently this would have boosted your damage under certain conditions. I like to think this merged with the current Ironville iteration, since you do get a buff when it's activated. Next is Strong Flight Reflex. This one would have granted you more air control. Frankly, paired with Special Powder, this would make an already powerful traversal overclock even stronger. We honestly have no need for this perk. Next is Gold Frenzy, not to be confused with the Gold Frenzy upgrade system from the pre-alpha. This perk would have simply increased how much gold you'd mine, might have been moved to Potso Gold. And then there's Extract Ore, which would have simply increased how much crafting resources you'd mine. I can definitely make a good guess why these two didn't make it in. Having dedicated Gold Digger and Resource Digger dwarves would have been dumb. Next is Slowdown Resistance. This perk would have allowed you to move faster than normal while under any type of slowdown effect. Safe to say this perk eventually made it in but got split up into Dash and Unstoppable. Then we have all these resistance perks for explosions, fire, poison, and radiation. Fairly certain these were all later merged into elemental insulation. Next we have all these weapon perks for heat dissipation, weapon stabilization, ammo, recoil, and reload speed, which as mentioned earlier sound like they were ripped straight from weapon upgrades. The best I can give these ones is that the reload perk might have evolved into Born Ready. Then character upgrade perks like jump height, flare duration, and movement speed, which are all fairly simple and quite frankly boring perks, not to mention messing with movement speed is a very delicate situation when it comes to DRG. Sure, increased flare duration would be harmless, but would it really be worth trading in for any of the other passives we have currently? Oh yeah, in the original classified I mentioned how the devs scrapped key activated perks. Oh how things change sometimes.